Hello, I'm Pastor Jermaine.
And I'm Pastor Alicia.
And we want to thank you for tuning in to another edition of Lift.
Amen.
Life inspiration for today. Today's subject is double or nothing.
Praise God. Okay, so Lift family. For this Lift, I decided I'm going to put myself out there a little bit, tell y'all a story from my dumb days.
Okay.
But what I really need from y'all is not to judge me.
Y'all don't judge it.
Yeah, I'm going to act like I just heard y'all say y'all not going to judge me. Tell my little testimony. When I was about 16 years old, my parents told me to take some of the money I had earned from my part-time job and to put it in the bank for savings.
All right. So how did that work out for you?
Didn't go very well at all. Pastor Jermaine already knows that. I totally mishandled the instructions, spent the money frivolously, had nothing to show for my labor. And then one day my dad tells me, great day that he is, that their plan all along had been to take some money that they had and add to what I saved to buy me my very first car.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So now you had nothing to double, basically.
I had nothing to double. You're exactly right. And I cannot tell y'all the regret that I remember feeling when I realized that because I had disobeyed these instructions, I would now be without this very vital means of transportation for a 16-year-old girl.
Right. Vital at 16.
Yeah, it was vital.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that you were a bad steward.
Wow.
And in addition to that, you didn't follow your dad's instructions.
So listen, judge me, but you're going to judge me, Pastor Jermaine.
I'm just
That's
saying.
okay, though. You're right. I was a bad steward with the instructions, and I did not follow the instructions. You're exactly right.
So why don't we just bring it home? The point here is that God distributes to each of us a certain amount of talents. And his expectations from us is that we'll take what he's given us, follow his instructions, and multiply
That's
it.
good.
Jesus tells a story in Matthew 25 about 3 servants. 2 of them were good stewards of what they've been given, followed the instructions to a T. The third one, not so good.
Amen.
And we normally focus on this guy,
Right.
as the point of the story. But today we want to pick on a different character that we can really learn from. That second good and faithful servant.
That's good. Verse 22 says, He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. I love this guy. This guy is just as excited about the 2 talents he gained as the guy that gained 5.
That's awesome.
He did not allow the fact that he had less than the other guy to keep him from being a good steward with what he had.
So good. And what I really like about this passage is that the master didn't judge them by their quantity at the end of the day. Because obviously one guy had more than the other.
Right.
But he looked at their success rate. They both had the same 100% success rate.
That's good.
And he didn't judge them by what they had. He based their promotion on whether or not they did what they could with what they had.
So good. Verse 23 says, His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
That's exactly the same thing that he had just told the guy
Right.
that now had 10 talents.
You're exactly right. So what we learned from the 2 talent guy is that even when we feel that we've been given less in life than someone else, we can win in life with the hand we've been given if we choose to be a wise steward over what we have.
Wow. Can you think of a situation or time in your life where you weren't such a good steward over what God had given you? Money, job, even a relationship. Maybe you hid your talent because you were afraid. Or maybe the situation you find yourself in right now is a product of something that you did that was really poor stewardship.
Wow.
Well, this week's Lift is meant to inspire you to see what you have in your hand right now differently.
Amen.
To start right where you are and multiply the good in your life. Dig up the buried talent.
That's good.
Bring it off the shelf. Dust it off and put it to work.
Love that. We have such a just God, y'all.
Yes, we do.
Because he's not expecting you to have $1 million right now if you don't have $1 million.
Right.
But what he is expecting is that we'll take what we have, whatever it is, and multiply it.
Yes.
So this week,
This week.
multiply the talents that you have,
Yeah.
the positive relationships that you have, multiply them.
Yes.
The God-given opportunities for increase,
Yeah.
multiply them right now so you can receive promotion from God
Yeah.
and be trusted with even more to multiply.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm Pastor Jermaine.
And I'm Pastor Alicia.
Thanks again for tuning in to this week's Lift. We'll be back next week with another inspiring word, sure to give you the lift
Amen.
that you need. God bless you. We love you.
God bless you, and we'll see you next week.